if I had to pick my division winners, because last week we talked about, what was the toughest conference. We gave our top 5 conferences. Now it's time to talk about who's going to win these conferences, right? And I think in the AFC East, where we got Bills, Jets, Dolphins, and Patriots, I would say, I want to say the Dolphins. The Dolphins are a team that kind of been consistently getting better. Tua consistently getting better. I think if Tua makes that jump, it's going to be great. I think the Bills lost a lot. They're kind of like in that rebuild mode. But if Josh Allen can put the team on his back, they lost a lot on defense. They lost, Diggs on offense. They drafted Keon Coleman. But it's kind of be interesting, can they replace that veteran leadership that they had? That winning culture, get things back on track. I'm not taking anything away from the Bills, but, they did lose a lot. And then, obviously, they got the Jets, right? Aaron Rodgers is back. I want to say the Dolphins right now, but if Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy, stay on the field, we see throughout training camp practices that the sky's the limits for the Jets. And, I'm never trying to go against Aaron Rodgers, but we got to see a year of what that looks like with all of them on the field. But I think the Dolphins have been consistent, just getting better. When we think of the AFC North, I mean, this is tough because I think, we talk about this is the hardest division of football. And it's really a toss-up for, whoever, This is super tough. But it's like you have to go, you want to say the Bengals could really come out of this division, right? They got the passing attack with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. I mean, they're super dynamic. They drafted a young receiver, Burton. And, you got a healthy Joe Burrow back, right? Like, can we all put it together finally? But then you could say if Deshaun Watson returns to, form, right? And you say Deshaun Watson gets back in rhythm, he gets going, he helps his lean. The Browns are stacked, man. If Deshaun Watson can stay healthy and do what he does best, and that's play dominant football, the Browns are like right there, And then obviously you got the reigning MVP of Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. It's like, can they put it together, man? Like, who's going to come out of that trio? Because the Steelers are right there. They always give them good games. The Steelers are constantly upsetting these guys. And you just kind of say the Steelers kind of been struggling with QB play. But they got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields this year. This is going to be interesting. But I'm going to say, man, I'm going to still stick with the Ravens just because of the consistency of the Ravens. Harbaugh, their defense has consistently been the best. I mean, the Ravens, they just been so consistent. It's hard to go away from them. I know the Bengals dealt with injuries. It's super tough. It's super tough. And then the Browns, obviously Deshaun Watson dealt with injuries, but it's like, can these guys stay on the field, right? Lamar's been able to stay on the field, and they've been able to win games. So I'm going to just go with consistency in this division, but you really can't go wrong with either team. And then you go to AFC South, right? I'm going to give this one to either – I'm going to say the Texans, man. They put together one of the most amazing off seasons that I've seen in a long time. They was able to keep Nico Collins. They got Tank Dell back and healthy. They went and got Stephon Diggs. They went and got Joe Mixon to help with their run game. I mean, they just look the most efficient team, and they just look like a great team so far. The Jaguars, they make jumps where I think they could kind of push it, but, it's going to be tough. I think Anthony for the Colts, they're good, but he has to stay healthy. We haven't seen him for a full season. So basically this is rookie year all over again. Obviously the Titans are still building up their roster and things like that. But I think the Texans, what CJ Stroud showed last year, this is going to be one of the toughest teams to beat in the AFC. AFC West with Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers. Sorry, but we got to go with our MVP, our Super Bowl champ, Patrick Mahomes. What he's been able to do with the number 1 seed, his consistency of being the best and having Andy Reid and, being that dynamic over the course of the last couple of years. We just got to keep it with the Chiefs for sure. Even though the Raiders is getting better, I just don't think they have the QB play to keep up with Patrick Mahomes. The Broncos, we have to see more out of Bo Nix, who's now the starting QB. And then the Chargers. Once again, I think the QB level is right there with Patrick Mahomes and with Justin Herbert. But it's like the healthy. Can he stay healthy? Can he do this? So, obviously I want Justin Herbert to stay better. The NFL is better with Justin Herbert on the field. I think he's the one has literally the best arm talent in the NFL. But it's just like, can they all put it together? But I think the Chiefs right now, I was bank on them to win the AFC West. And then the NFC North, this is where things get a little bit exciting. Because you say, okay, now we got a revamped Bears team who just got everyone under the sun, who also had a great offseason. You got the Lions, who just went to the NFC Championship last year. And then you got the Packers, who got Jordan Love, who could have beat the 49ers in the divisional round. And then you got the Vikings, where they could potentially be. And this is a tough one because I'm going to say the Lions or Packers, and it's strictly off experience of Jared Goff and Jordan Love. Obviously, Jordan Love only has 1 year of his belt, but the progression he had in his first year, and then you say Jordan Love's going to a second year with more film, more time, more comfortability. I'm going to go Packers, man. I think the Packers defense and with Jordan Love and his experience is just going to go through the roof. I know the Lions and Packers usually split a little bit, but I think right now between the Packers and Lions, I think Jordan Love is I think his quarterback play could potentially beat Jared Goff. I think he just makes that jump, and it makes the most sense. With Bears coming in third for me, I think Vikings are a little bit shaky just because of their young rookie is out with that meniscus tear. But for me right now, I would just have to keep it with the Packers. Even though the Lions are really good, the Packers just make the most sense for me. NFC South, the Buccaneers are going to win the NFC South. I'm going to say Buccaneers, and that's because I think Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin has been another underrated receiver. Has been very consistent since he's been in this league. But, I think Baker Mayfield had a turn. They won their first round. They beat the Eagles in the first round playoffs last year. They turned it around. It'd just be very interesting to see what the Falcons do. Now that they have QB play of Kirk Cousins and they have the young rising star of Michael Penix Jr., you just want to see them put together. Can Drake London, the tandem of Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, can all those guys put it together to put this on tape? And then obviously the Saints are still right there. The Saints defense has never been lacking. I think they could potentially be them. I know they got that why not us standard and who they always been, but it's going to be very interesting to see because of the better QB play between the Buccaneers and the Falcons. NFC West, we're going to go between the Cardinals, Rams, 49ers. I'm going to just have to edge the 49ers, man. They kept their whole roster pretty much. That offense is looking so dynamic. Once again, it's going to be very challenging to stop. The Rams with McVay, you never really want to go against them. And obviously Geno, and never a doubt. So, but I think when it just compares the teams and who the 49ers have and their years of being together, it's just you just can't go against the 49ers in that division. And obviously Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, and Giants, even though how well Malik Neighbors looked this year, and you want to see that big jump with Daniel Jones and Dan Quinn's first year with the Commanders, once again, it's going to come down to Cowboys, Eagles. And, obviously I'm going to edge the Cowboys over the Eagles every day of the week because I just feel like we're the best in the world, and we won last year, and we got a great opportunity this year to repeat as champions. So there is no wrong answer. There is no wrong answer. Some of these is very challenging, man. At the end of the day, football happens. Injuries happen. But at the end of the day, I think these teams are going to win their division.